Hello, everyone, and welcome to a lovely chat followed by a few moments of D&D. My name's Chester, and guys, what show is it today? What show is it today?
Roll for Rizz?
The Rizzlers? Ooh.
Today we are playing Level Up or Double Down, the newest, best game show in the entire world. Today, I have a series of challenges for you guys, and you guys will be betting things to do with your characters. You can bet, say, 10 HP, your favorite item, or a whole level. And if you win that challenge, you get that back ×2, or double like the improvement of it.
Motley, prepare to die.
I'm all in. First thing. All in.
You can bet your character, the entire character. Now, let's just get a first little introduction of all of our players for today. My name is Chester, your host, followed by...
I am Caleb, your
Guess number
boastful. I was trying to think of a
Welcome to
rhyme.
Family Feud!
Hi, I'm Caleb. I'm from, I want to say Minnesota. I don't know. It's like I'm on a game show. I'm from Minnesota.
Orlando, Florida.
I'm from Orlando, Florida. I'm Caleb. I'm a humble salary man.
Dripped out salary, man.
I'm a humble celery man.
Celery.
I don't know.
Hey.
You put a little bit. This is a very important question for the listeners at home. Caleb, do you put peanut butter on your celery, or are you a Nutella man?
Nutella and celery?
I don't
Giving you an
like.
out.
Don't question it.
I don't like peanut butter or celery.
Wrong answer. Wrong answer.
The other
You've lost your
day,
character already.
Kate couldn't finish her peanut butter toast before she had to go to work. So it was out on the thing, and I'm like, oh, I can't afford to waste food, but I don't like peanut butter. So I got jam and made peanut butter jam toast so I could eat it because I would.
Peanut butter and jelly. That's huge in America.
Yeah.
That's
Basically
pretty
from Minnesota.
cool. Thank you for your time, Caleb. Moving on.
Hello, it's me. It's Micah. Hi.
Tell us something about yourself, Micah.
About myself, tell something, anything?
Anything, Micah. As long as
Anything.
it's okay for the app.
Yes, anything. Anything. Yes, anything.
Okay. I think.
Oh, bleep that.
Yes. Tell us about myself. My son is learning lots
That's
of
not
new
yourself.
things.
It's half.
So your son's learning what?
It's 50%.
Latin.
My son has learned a whole heap of new things since last we were here. He can roll now.
Wow.
So we're one stage closer to him bolting. He's
Getting
basically
out.
out the door
Oh.
already. He's got a car.
I thought you meant
That's
dice.
what you're going to say. It's like, we're one step closer to him leaving the house. One step closer.
The end is coming.
I thought you meant like he can roll.
He gets a nat 20 every
roll?
time.
He can roll now?
No,
And you're
bolt.
like, he's one stage closer to being monetized for this company.
He's one step closer to replacing me.
That's right. That's why
I
it's
can't
about
wait
me.
to retire.
Yes, that's right.
Very cool. Wow.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Are you finding it like the whole, they move so fast?
It's a mix of both because we don't get much sleep it doesn't feel like many days. It just feels like one long day that's never ended since we gave birth to him. But
He gave birth to him.
that's how it goes. But things are moving very quickly. Like he's grown a whole heap, and so it's like whenever we go to our family's place or people see him, they're like, "Holy heck, he's huge!" we saw him like last week, and
Yeah, they grow up real fast.
we're there, seeing it as it happens, we don't really notice it until which is interesting.
Thank you for your time, Caleb. Moving next. Sorry, not Caleb. Sorry, Micah.
Well, you're most welcome, actually.
Moving on to
Live with yourself.
Redacted.
That's me. I'm here. I'm a grandma today. I don't have my knitting, but I have my blanket.
Representing the older generation.
That's right. The youngest one here is representing the
Yeah,
older
we gotta
generation.
cater to the boomers.
The boomers. I'm a boomer. Work harder. You can't afford a house. That's because you're not working hard enough. What do you mean you're not working 50 hours a week?
Please, it's too relatable.
I was chatting to someone last night. We were talking about. It was a bit of a joke. I was chatting to someone last night. 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 I was chatting to so like getting inheritance from our parents. And I was like, yeah, but they keep going on holidays. And he was like, yeah, and they keep buying lattes. They're going to spend all of our inheritance.
My parents
Maybe
keep
if
telling
they
me
didn't buy
we
so
plan
many
to spend all
coffees.
our money before we die. and
As
I
they
think,
should,
great.
but
Okay.
Dad promised me a certain amount.
Promises are promises. They tell us we get the artichokes. We get the artichokes. The artichoke
yeah.
inheritance. So,
Man.
You guys grow many artichokes?
I don't even know if we have any
I
artichokes.
would love for you to provide me some artichokes. They're so expensive at
Harvey
Farm?
Norman.
Harris Farm.
Harris, they're so expensive at Harris.
I'll ask if we have any.
Please.
Yeah, will that?
I might give you something to do with your character if you
For every
pay
artichoke
me
you
off.
give me,
I need the artichokes.
I will
please.
make your
You gotta give them
fireball
to me.
one level higher for every artichoke.
I'll make your
you-
fireball.
I'll make your fireball so big.
It'll be the
It'll
greatest
biggest
fireball.
It'll kill all the other fireballs. It'll fire all the balls.
You know, I've said this. This is the greatest fireball. I walked in here and, I said, this is a great fireball. You heard me. This is a great fireball. Fireball.
I was talking to him. He agreed. It was a great fireball.
I'm so upset that has become a thing of a symbol of Trump, because when I talk, I like to use my hands, and I find myself doing this one a lot.
Really? That
Yeah.
feels very unnatural to me. Because I talk with my hands too.
Because I like to, it's like I'm punctuating something. But I've stopped doing it as much because of the association.
you're mid talking and the voice starts to change. And
It's
you go,
stuck around like,
from
no.
yours,
Yeah.
I'm back.
It's
Back demons.
Oh, you know how
nearly
Trump goes
possessed.
like this? Someone's animated an accordion between his hands. So one of his speeches where he goes like this a lot is... I can't do an accordion sound.
Anyway,
It's hilarious.
artichokes.
I love being
Yeah.
Australian. Anyway. Anything else, Nick? Anything else you'd like to bring to the table?
I am ready to sacrifice my entire character.
Oh,
for
you
this.
have no,
Fantastic.
you have no idea how much
I'm ready
I'm
for a
willing to bet.
TPK.
Me too.
With real money, I am not a gambler. But if you give me fake money, I am all in.
Monopoly
Give me
gambling.
the
Let's
idea
go.
of appreciating value.
Yeah.
All in.
Ooh, we are appreciating value here.
Gamers.
What's our interest
Gamers.
rate? What's our return on investment?
Your
What's our
return
margin
can be
here?
twofold.
Twofold. We got 100% return,
So
baby.
excited for
All right.
this, actually.
Gamers, let me present to you your first prompt. All of you are required to pull out your phone.
You'll be filming yourselves over this next part and then giving me the footage later. Film it, please, horizontally, not vertically.
Oh, it's not going on TikTok.
We're men of quality here. All right, I'm not doing the voice.
Am I filming you or me?
Filming yourself. So you're going to be vlogging this next little bit.
Hey, yo,
Oh,
what's
dear.
up, guys?
Gamers,
Yo, I'm so rich. Oh, the mic.
you
is
must
in my face.
search around the entire office and find something of the highest value, either financial, emotional, or so on. You do not bring it back. You come here and you will bet how confident you are on the thing that you are presenting.
There's so much expensive audio.
And
equipment
if you so you bet it, then we send you back out. You go and get the item. If both of you have the same item, only one of you can bring it back. You have to get a separate item. You cannot discuss it with each
Dude.
other while you're doing it.
Okay.
You then present it to me, and whoever I think has the most valuable item gets that times 2. The other people will lose
Bruh.
what they've put in the pot.
Okay.
Oh my
valuable.
gosh.
Okay, valuable in terms of
Money and then
collective?
to you.
No,
How-
is it
It will be
collective?
entirely what you can debate makes it a valuable
Okay.
thing.
So
if you
it
want
is-
it to be a collective, if you want it to be financial, if you want it to be just to me,
Okay.
if you want it to be anything like that,
Dude, I'm so stressed for this. What is this? This is such a
Okay,
scam.
all right?
I have to vlog myself.
Yep. So
Wait,
you,
I have to vlog myself finding.
All right,
yeah, so
Rizzlers,
you
I'm back.
Volume yourself
We're
searching around,
recording.
finding it, and kind of discussing it to yourself. You're not allowed to talk to each other about it, but you need to kind of explain your reasoning a little bit. All right,
All right.
To them.
to the audience. All
So
right.
hold
explain
on a
to the
sec.
audience
Yeah.
the reason.
Hey, Micah.
Yeah.
If I do this, how's my in-shotness? Because this is a much better camera. So
You're-
if I
That's
just hold
pretty
it
good,
like this,
Yes.
I'll be way better. See,
Alright.
I'm so gamer.
Yeah, right.
And we'll begin.
Okay, Rizzlers.
I'll set a timer for 5 minutes.
Okay,
And we'll
Rizzlers,
begin
let's do
in
this.
3, 2, 1, go!
I'm so gamer. Alright. Obviously some great artwork here. Obviously, oh look at this guy's pretty valuable. Pretty valuable. This guy pretty valuable.
I'm going outside. I'm going outside because
I'm just gonna pick my wife. Like, my wife is at the studio.
We've just been given a job from the big man up top to find something valuable, money-wise or in general, something that we can debate as being amazing and cool. So we're currently looking around the studio, trying to find something. Let's see.
What's this? Am I allowed in this office, Chester? Of course. Okay, we got the rig. We've got the whole rig. We can do that. We've got the SpongeBob. We've got Micah. I think just the game plan is just to say the cast of Roll For Rizz, because I think, that's the game plan. We say the cast of Roll For Rizz. That's one thing of multiple constituent parts.
Not only is that the cost of an immeasurable, the soul of a human life, but also at least personal value to me. That's going to be literally immeasurable. I did the hand thing. We just talked about that. So I'm gonna go look at the car. I guess as a distraction, and then because I think the value Kate has in my life is infinite compared to any material thing I can own. So I can't think of anything more valuable. So
I automatically gravitate to my desk. Nice. Oh, who's this?
This guy. Whoa, dude. Chester, can it be involving multiple constituent parts?
That's tricky. Up to you, Nick. Sure.
Hey, we've basically won, boys.
Now we're in Chester's room. I imagine we can find something expensive or something that means a lot to him in here, but we need to find something that's meme-ish, because our character's on the line, possibly. I mean, it's how much we bet on it, but... What have we got here that's expensive? Damn! That's pretty good.
hang on, does it have to be inside the studio?
Yes.
Okay. So I can't bring the car inside, can I?
You have to bring it
In here. Yeah, okay. And what were you going to say to me before? You were about to say something to me.
No.
Okay, I've won. Let's go. This is easy. I'm pretty confident in this.
All right, fantastic. You guys, quick time. Just waiting on
I
Micah.
think I could be a
studio.
vlogger.
It is.
I could vlog.
Gamers, you have had your time. You've all done it within the timer. Fantastic job. Literally half the time. I'll give you way less time in the future.
Go for the next time we did the
Gamers.
exact same thing.
How much are you willing to bet? How confident are you in your item?
I do 3 character levels.
3 character levels.
I'm pretty confident. I'm quite
Wow.
confident. Yeah.
Damn.
Nick, can you give us an outline of exactly what you will lose for your character if you remove those 3 levels?
A whole bunch of XP. Micah would probably be better than.
Does that mean you'll be a lower level than when you started the show?
Yes, that would be.
Yeah.
You'll be 1 level. You'll be level 4.
I'll be level 4 sorcerer. I'll lose all of my cool spells. Will I still have Fireball? I might not even.
Fireball.
I'll still have Fireball.
I think that's a
That's
level
fine.
3.
Yeah.
Well, it's a level 3 spell, but you don't get level 3.
Wait, can these guys fold too? So
Fold?
can I?
if
Yeah.
it's better.
You can fold if you're that confident. If you don't want to put something up.
I'm so
Although,
confident,
no,
boys.
to fold, you have to bet. You have to be playing the
That's
game.
right. Yeah, there is a pot. Yeah, you have to have.
So
something
what
in
would
the
be?
pot.
What is our base pot for?
I'm going to say 10 HP.
Okay.
Bring in 10 HP as your base. Your
Or
baseline.
an equivalent of 10 HP?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
We would have long rested by now. So
Yeah, you're all max.
Micah?
Sweet.
I'm just imagining all of your
let me
characters
long rest.
sleeping peacefully while us 4 gods
Are deciding the fate of them.
Can one of us be the son from the last episode?
Oh,
just
look at
picked
my
up this new
children
dude.
down there.
I'm willing to gamble with him.
It's when Mr. Krabs and Plankton play poker and bet for SpongeBob. They bet SpongeBob's employment to Plankton. So anyway, yeah. Micah.
Cool. What am I willing to bet?
Mm-hmm.
I am willing to bet the 2 levels we've gotten,
Yeah.
40 HP,
Ooh.
the defender short sword, and my glaive.
That's just like everything.
God damn.
I need to up my bet.
God damn. That's a confident man.
Okay. If I bet, I want to clarify this first because I don't think we have worked out what it means if I do. If I bet my whole character,
Let me explain. These guys.
what do I gain?
You will gain the levels you have times 2, basically. So
Okay.
you'll gain. You will
So
go up
all
to
7.
level 12.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, I can't wait to be level
Okay.
20 and these
So-
fools be level 5.
If you lose it, your character doesn't die. These guys will find you naked, beaten on the street,
And I'm like level 1.
level 1, 1 HP.
Okay.
And it's up to them to decide whether they want to keep you, whether you're still useful to them. But then if you bet again on your character will just die.
Okay, cool. I'm going to
Should-
bet my whole character.
Wait,
bet
should
your-
we
I'm gonna go
start
baller.
small?
I'm
and-
impressed.
I-
You guys are going.
I'm extremely confident in this, and also betting my whole character is also a tactic because then, because this is an arguing, this is a debate, is what's going to decide this. So then you guys will have to debate in faith, knowing that if you debate too well, you will kill my
Dude,
character.
I don't care.
That's the problem.
He's
You're debating against
fireballed
Nick.
us enough times. I think he doesn't care.
He's a dangerous man.
That look,
You
I
think
am
I
going to be
care.
open about my strategy here. I'm very confident.
I want to up my bet.
1 second. 1 second. Hold on. Why is there a phone on the table? I just noticed this. Why the fuck is there a phone on?
That's
Oh, I
how
had- on
Motley
BJ's
is
head.
his
Oh, no,
character.
that's my one. I had an idea for a
Should we do a lifeline?
a lifeline.
I had
A lifeline
I had
to
an-
Kate.
Ring BJ and ask for help.
No, I had an idea for another Heath Studios advertisement.
Oh, that's good.
And I'm like, oh, I wanted to do it last time, but I didn't have the phone because the phone was upstairs and I couldn't be bothered to run up and grab it. So I'm like, oh, I need the phone as a prop because it'll be funnier.
Here we go. Each of you have 1 lifeline. You can call one person and they can debate a part of it on your, for your defense. So all of you can call BJ, or if you could call Aubrey, or something like
If
that.
they don't pick up.
If they don't pick up, then that's that. It's your one
Oh,
phone
no.
call in prison.
So they have to, yeah, cool.
But yeah, so Nick, you want to up your bet?
Yep, 5 levels.
5 levels. Impressive.
Well, my entire character, you know?
I'm still
You
betting
win.
my entire
I'm
character.
betting my entire character.
Okay. Gamers,
Bruh.
go and retrieve your items and bring them back here.
Oh no.
She's in the studio.
That's true. That's true.
And I'm a woman, therefore I'm an object. I guess I'll
Yeah, where are you going to put your wife, Caleb?
Come here. Come sit in the middle.
Okay.
We can share the microphone.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, Micah, sorry, mate.
Ah.
Yeah, I thought that would be the go-to.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if anyone would be bothered to unplug it.
Yeah.
Can we see Micah anymore? That's the question.
Maybe not. I can see the camera, so
Impressive. Nick, what have you brought?
I have brought the entirety of the cast of Roll For Rizz. So you bring one woman. I have 4 men.
I do not consent.
Well, fine. I still have 3 others. 2 others. I still have more than you.
well,
You failed
let's hear the debate.
Let's
hear it.
get through the what people have brought first.
Yeah.
Okay,
let's-
we
let's
can
go
start
for
with
it.
Micah. I think Micah's is kind of the
Yeah.
simplest.
Okay.
Micah?
Well, I brought this PC, this desktop, because this Chester bought for the company, but also for me to use to edit all of these lovely shows that you're all watching. And so I got this desktop because it means a lot to me because I get to work here, have fun doing all this stuff. And maybe it means a lot to you guys because I get to make all your shows that you can watch.
Yeah, this is the money maker, so to speak. That's very good. Very good. You appealed to the emotional aspect. I like that. I like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's a bonus.
That was
That's
a good-
bonus.
yeah.
That's good. That's a good point.
Yeah,
I
good,
also
good.
built that computer.
Valid point.
Even-
I
Boom.
bought the second PC and I opened it up and I was like, I have no idea how he put this together. And if
Yeah.
it ever breaks, I need to understand it. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
fully took it apart and
Wow.
like changed the cases over because I knew that one had better airflow. And so it was a 4-hour thing because I majorly underestimated. Luckily, the power supplies could handle both because there's no way I was changing power supplies out. But yeah, so I built that bad boy by hand. And it blue screened a few times, but I sorted that out.
Yes.
Chester, this feels like cheating. You're bumping up your.
No, I'm just explaining I'm explaining like the actual emotional.
Yes. There you
Yeah,
go. The
yeah.
I
word.
do want to point out it is quite dusty.
It is. I didn't dust it when I changed the case over for him.
And a little bit. I think.
Reduces value.
It would
It's well lived.
I
worn.
appreciate the
Yeah,
appreciate
that's right.
the idea, Nick. Are there any counterpoints by
Oh,
the?
dear.
Oh, are we going through each kind of?
I reckon we'll go.
Let me
I
tell
reckon
you why you're
because it's a debate. we'll go through each person's one and just have. It's not. We're not going like a long description or anything.
Okay.
A long thing from you guys, but just like a little counterpoint.
Okay. Although, should we start with the next step since he was first?
Me.
Yeah.
On why I think this is
Meh.
meh.
Oh no. Do we want to start? Who do we want to start with for the debate?
I'm confused.
No, do we
wait,
want to
sorry,
start?
sorry. Nick's already done his. Let's do yours. Let's do your wife, and then we'll.
And then we'll debate about it. Okay. Here we
Wait,
go.
what? I haven't done mine yet. I haven't
no.
sold my pitch.
No, you told
Oh.
what you brought.
Oh, yeah.
but he
Mine
hasn't
is-
done. Wait, he hasn't done the emotional.
He hasn't
No,
sold it
no,
yet.
no,
Here we
no.
go.
We can do Caleb.
Here's a
Caleb
professional,
First. I want to see
uh,
what he says, so I
Tax
can.
agent. Here we go.
That's a good point. That's a good idea. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Wait. So am I just saying what I brought, or am I?
You're
debating
doing,
Well,
you're
do
doing
what I
Micah's.
did.
You're
Do
doing
what I
the-
did.
You're giving
Do a
me
sales pitch.
The pitch.
Sell
the
it.
pitch? Okay. So
Don't tell you.
I instantly, and I want to say this, instantly thought there is nothing more valuable to me in this studio than my wife. And as married men yourselves, you won't get this.
I understand.
I had to clarify. Is why I asked before. Is it collective value or can it be individual? And then you said it could be individual value. Because if you said it had to be collective value, I know Kate does not mean as much as she does to you guys as she does to me.
Yeah.
Cancel dinner on me.
Yeah, you did cancel dinner on us.
I didn't do anything.
It's what you didn't do is the
You
problem.
and today are a collective.
That's true.
Thank
That's
you.
true. That's true.
Yeah, I had no doubt. Like, if you've got the footage of me going out, I just went outside as a diversion, so I could be like, yeah. So I've already decided instantly. I don't think there is a way you can argue that a human soul and a lifelong partner and someone who will continue to bring me joy and value for the rest of my life can be less valuable than a computer or something that is
A community.
questionable at best
A
that
gang,
you
a group.
brought it.
Brought it. So you brought her because you drove here?
I literally walked over and brought her over. I
That
literally
just
brought her
means I'm
to the
more
studio.
efficient and manage to get other people to do what I want without having to force them to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I just got Micah to drive me here because
So you're telling me that you did not bring the Roll For Rizz cast. You got brought by the Roll For Rizz cast.
I'm just that good at manipulating the situation that the outcome is as I desired.
debatable. Anyway, that is just my quick soft pitch.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Like it. Like it. The pitch was value to me, though. And when you asked collective, it was like, no, it's not a collective thing. It is an individual thing. Because when I pitched it, so this is a bold move. This is a bold move.
Ooh.
Pitching your wife
Oh, the pitch was for you?
for me.
This is
Because
going to
you
be
asked a
really.
collective. I was like, no, I was like the most valuable thing in the office to me.
No, I asked.
Misinterpreted that.
No, I asked you, and I was like, is it collective or can it be individual? And you're like, collective, individual. and I
Yeah,
took
but-
He
that
did
as it
establish
could
to
be-
himself.
You did not establish that. I
I
mean, we
did
can roll the.
establish in the introduction like base question, so I can bring
Hit
up
that
the question.
clip.
Okay, okay. If the clip says, if Chester specifically says in the clip that it was valuable to me when I asked you,
Call it clip. Yeah.
when I asked you, does it have to be collective or can it be individual? Okay, valuable in terms of
Money and then
collective?
to you.
No,
How-
is it
it will be
collective?
entirely what you can debate makes it a valuable
Okay.
thing.
So
if you
it
want
is-
it to be a collective, if you want it to be financial, if you want it to be just to me,
Okay.
if you want it to be anything like that,
Because if that's the case, then that's just my mistake. But I really did interpret it as
no, she's your wife. It's not a mistake. Stay by
no,
your
my
decision.
mistake in mishearing.
Oh no. That's fine.
Yeah.
Listen. We'll have time for a repitch. We'll have time for you can really nail down that core concept. We're going to move into the debate section. But I'm impressed. It's bold. It's impressive. I like
I'm
it.
going for a baller move.
You're going for a baller move. You're putting up a lot here. Caleb is putting up a lot here. We need
My
to acknowledge
debut
that.
at Heath Studios.
Yeah. And she doesn't even have a microphone.
No.
It's hard to
Thank
put a
you.
microphone in the middle seat.
And I'm wearing Taylor Swift merch as well.
Hey, Swiftie.
So some people will love me, some people will hate me for that. Yep. I'm glad to be here.
Nick.
Thank you.
Yep. So I
Redacted,
have
what have you presented?
not produced, but chosen to represent the cast of Roll For Rizz in its value to Chester. As Caleb mentioned, the value of a human soul can't really be measured, and it really is invaluable. We could also talk about how we're irreplaceable. There is no one that Chester could find to play our characters as well as we play them to achieve the goals for Roll For Rizz that he wants, maybe, probably. Except for the bit where I keep blowing people up, but that's fine.
Can you please wear clothes for more than 5 minutes?
Look, Chester can't replace us. The value of something is what people are going to pay for it. You can't really put a price on this cast to Chester. We're all here of our own free will. I don't think any of us are getting paid. If we were, I'm not. That would suck. Think about all of my poor deductions I've been missing. But that is the basis of my argument, is that we're an irreplaceable part of this show. And we should be valued as such.
Very good. Very interesting. I like it. Bold. And remind me what you're betting here. You're betting 6 levels. 5 levels.
5
5 levels. Sorry, I thought you doubled it after the 3. No. Interesting. Okay.
Nearly.
Now, gamers, let's move on to the debate section. This is where each of you are able to restate your original pitch if you've kind of been listening to other people and have kind of come up with more stuff, or you can kind of pick apart other people's stuff. And this is where I'll hush and I'll just take in the information that you guys want to put in.
All right, well, I think if we just start with Micah, what he's produced here is a piece of a rather materialistic perspective on the challenge that we were
He
given.
did bring up a good point.
He did bring up a
that
good
it-
point in
that
that
it
it
provides the
does
show.
have emotional value, but it can easily be replaced.
Yeah, this computer,
that
while
it's a computer.
expensive,
How much
is
money
not
do
one
you
of a
think I
kind.
have?
No, while expensive,
just
it is
rolling
not unique in its property of editing and producing Roll For Rizz episodes.
Yep. So I think.
Sorry, yes?
Are you going to defend yourself? Yeah.
Easily. Yes.
The confidence.
For
I
sure,
love it.
yes, this is a piece of equipment. If you gave this to a caveman, he wouldn't know what to do with it, so sure.
If you gave a caveman the cast of Roll For Rizz, he wouldn't know what to do with it either.
he'd probably kill them, is what he'd do
Yeah,
with them.
exactly.
but
So he'd probably smash up the computer. I think that's an invalid argument.
No, but
You gotta let him finish.
yes, let me.
I'm channeling my inner Trump. You're a loser.
I don't
Why are
know
you
how to
still
use that.
talking? I don't know what's going on here. However, this cheeky device is what brings the magic. We are the magic. This brings the magic to the viewers.
The magic can easily be achieved with a similar product, though.
I-
You cannot
sure.
achieve that magic with a Micah Riley lookalike. It would be impossible.
I believe if we go back to episode 9, I believe Chester said that the characters were easy enough to play and that he could do it by himself. End quote.
I think that was a joke. That was.
Yeah.
I think it was episode 8. Now that I think about it. Oh, thank you, Kit.
Yeah. Nice.
Whilst an interesting perspective, Micah, I think that's flawed in that I don't think he could play 3 people and a DM and still keep the people entertained.
He's done it before.
I've had many conversations with myself at these game shows.
Just look at Mr. Bates.
Yeah.
The last 2 episodes.
We can confirm he has done it before, and the people were in fact entertained. I would argue more that if you had actually brought Roll For Rizz, like if you grabbed the thumb drive and you pulled off like
Well, he could, but that's all plugged up at the moment.
Just start unplugging
Just
things.
if you had presented this as the actual Roll For Rizz production, I think that would have more value.
That was an idea.
Yeah, more value than
should've
just
grabbed
presenting
the
the
whole
material.
drive.
Because if you did that, right, then we're arguing an immaterial thing, which is very hard to do. But you have brought a physical object to
Intangible
us. You have
assets.
advertised
Amortized
this
in 5 years.
as the physical object. It is not unique in having these properties.
It has Rizz on the cover.
It is not unique.
I shouldn't be arguing.
It is not unique. However, who wants to go into the effort of replacing it? Putting all the money.
Micah,
looking on
in
eBay.
regard
It's not a
for
bad
an
point.
immortal
If we have
soul
the
or a
item,
computer,
yeah.
I think you just
Look,
lose
no,
out.
you do have a point. Replacing it would be difficult,
That is true.
right? That is a
Harvey
valid and
Norman.
genuine point.
Because then you're relying on more human souls to actually track the item to your door. And as we've found with Roll For Rizz and a lot of the shows here, people are pretty slow at delivering what they are supposed to be delivering.
Yes.
All right, shall we move along?
Yeah. Let's move to Kel.
All right. Now
I think we wait. Do we
Clockwise, like
we're
sensible
going
people.
clockwise. Nick wants to go last because he wants the advantage.
I want the advantage.
Who wants the last say?
Yeah. I will say,
have
if
a
you are
split vote
arguing against Kate here, you are genuinely actively trying to devalue a human being.
I think what you're trying to do here is an appeal for emotion, which
Yes.
is a logical fallacy and doesn't work. You can't
Look,
say,
this-
well, it'll make me feel sad, therefore more valuable.
It is a part of my strategy, right? Because I'm trying to win,
Okay.
and I am using underhanded tactics to do so.
Why
May
would
I
you
speak?
admit that?
Yes.
Okay. As we established before, as Kate is doesn't mean as much to Chester because, as we also established, Chester is a married man. Chester has a wife of his
I am
own.
taken.
Therefore, he has someone in his life who means the world to him. And I believe that Kate does not mean the world to Chester.
And I think, and
Look, I will present a couple of points towards this. One, and using something from Micah's argument that this, while replaceable, would be hard to replace, just on a base value, even more irreplaceable than a computer, right?
Thank you.
For you, Chester, in particular, you would be able to replace that. It would be hard. It would cost money. You would be able to replace that desktop. You would not be able to replace Kate. Not in your life, right? Adding on to that, in terms of value, not only does Kate bring value as a friend in your life, she brings value as a wife and friend in the lives of those you care about as well. She brings value to my life, and I am your friend, and I am also your employee.
You think it's compounding? You think the valuation
I
compounds?
think so. We as people are communal. We are societal. We value connections, and our connections to the people that are shared among us make those connections more powerful. A friendship between 2 people is strong, but a friendship between 3 is stronger.
a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken.
Yes?
Blasphemy!
Yes, not only does Kate provide value to your wife, who is your everything, as being
It's a
her
book of the
friend,
Bible.
she provides value to me, allowing me to be able to even come on this show and function and exist. I would not be here today debating for Kate, being on this show, if Kate was not here. Just simple fact.
Interesting. Very good. Okay.
She has brought immense value by extension of it all. And the car. That is also true, yes.
What's the writing?
Yes.
Okay, please, settle down.
And then,
The PC's not talking to me.
My pen.
Okay, Nick, what have you done?
Here we go. What's happening?
My pen stopped writing.
Do you need another pen?
Okay. So, my opponents here have brought up several good points. Both of them have really been an appeal to emotion, which, as I said previously, is a logical fallacy.
They have.
And so, in terms of intrinsic actual value, it is recognized that Caleb has a reliance on his wife, and she does form another half of him, and so by extension does influence Chester. But as I have brought the entirety of the Roll For Rizz cast, not only do I have
Debatable.
Chester, Caleb and Caleb's wife, I have Micah and his wife, and Chester and his wife to the table as well, and their extended families, because we are a sum of our parts. I have condensed all of that into the members of the cast, and I have presented that to Chester as my point. We've also talked about how this computer, while difficult to replace, can be replaced. Kate cannot be replaced.
Damn, Nick has somehow managed to lasso in Caleb's point as well. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Just think if I was doing your taxes.
You shoot yourself in the foot every time. you do that.
Sorry. And so you cannot replace Kate, but by extension, I cannot be replaced either. I can't think of anyone who more easily defines the shape of Steve from Minecraft's head as myself to Chester,
Thank
as
you.
he has.
Thank you.
I saw that the other day. I was looking at myself in the mirror and I said, I see it now. I see it. For reference, we were at
Now who's
Micah's
appealing
baby
to
shower,
emotion?
and Chester, out of nowhere, says, "Has anyone ever told you look like Steve from Minecraft?" Bizarre. Haven't seen it. And then the other week, I was looking in the mirror and I thought, you know what? That's a bit. I look a bit square.
It's that chiseled jaw.
It's that. Ooh.
Yeah.
39 out of 40. We don't get to 40 here.
Yeah.
And then also by extension, Micah,
39 out of 40, what does that mean?
from Micah's
Oh, from the
campaign, you've got
Micah's
40-40 chin. One of the guys.
There was a
here.
character called 4040.
Yeah,
Well,
sorry.
that you guys called 4040 because
Yeah,
you
that-
had an
I
impeccable
started
chin.
that.
It
Yeah.
was man crush. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Micah, do you want to counterpoint first, or would you like me to?
Well, I think you were still saying something about my
Yeah, I
myself.
distracted myself.
Oh, right.
Oh, well, Micah's hard to replace too. How are you going to replace Micah? Irreplaceable.
That's true.
Indescribable.
That's true.
Who
This
else
business-
is going to be
this
able to do
business
that
does
many
kind
voices?
of rely on Micah most of the time.
Yeah, and how are you going to edit the videos? More work for you if we don't have
I
Micah here.
would require the PC then.
You'd require the PC back. So also, I have Micah's PC.
Hold on.
Okay, I feel like we need to get to the counterpoints now.
Okay, we can move on to counterpoints.
Do I want to go first?
I'm happy
Hey.
to go first if you.
I'll let you go first.
No, we can keep.
While I still think about it.
Okay. So, first of all, I just want to, as a base for this debate, say that it is extremely debatable whether or not you actually brought the cast. Right? Both me and Micah went through the effort to grab the thing that we chose to argue for value.
So
right?
if I had have brought a big heavy thing in here, I would have taken more effort. So does that make it more valuable?
I'm not saying that it's more valuable.
No, I was thinking
I'm
about a
saying-
giant metal block if I bring it in from
No,
outside.
you
Does
didn't
that
He is
mean-
even-
Minecraft Steve.
I
You
am
didn't even
Minecraft
grab.
Steve.
No, you didn't grab anything in general at all, right? In the section where Chester said, "It is time to get up and grab your thing," you remained seated. You did not get up and grab your thing,
That's true.
right? You did not go over to us and bring us to the table here. We brought ourselves. You, in fact, were brought here today. So I'm arguing that it is debatable if you have actually even brought the cast here. If I had to argue if anyone has brought the cast of Roll For Rizz here today, it is Chester as the person who has organized the show.
Can we have a momentary fact check on the definition of brought? And
Is
what
it even
that
a word?
entails. Is
Because
it a
I did
physical
not
bringing?
consent.
Yeah.
I did not consent to being brought by Nick. My wife consented to being chosen.
Did you get down on one knee and say, "Kate, please, can I bring you onto the show"? I didn't hear any conversation.
I messaged her.
Oh, you messaged her. Okay.
And grab your hands so then.
Very good. Very
Yeah.
good. Very good. Okay.
If she didn't want to go, I would have had to walk
you have
back
done jazz
here
hands.
alone and be like, so I chose my wife, but I couldn't bring her. That's what I would have had to have done.
Do we get a definition?
What were you looking at?
To carry with, take, or present.
It does inquire but does that inquire?
Present. I have
physical-
presented
Yes, that final
The-
word would have.
that
cast of Roll For Rizz
Perhaps.
Ding.
towards the.
I've brought before
Chair.
you. Look,
I brought before
The
you.
I'm saying
accused.
that I am still saying though that
So
it
your
is
basis of your
debatable.
argument against me is that I haven't actually brung anything, not
This
the
isn't-
actual intrinsic
I
value
am not
of
got
the
into
object
my
that I have
argument yet.
brung.
I am saying that
Okay.
on a base level, the thing you have brought is debatable at best,
Okay.
right?
You presented that well. Is there... Sorry, I'm just trying to move this along, but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So like already on shaky ground.
Yeah.
In that particular. Then in terms of value, what you have presented is you're saying the Roll For Rizz cast. That does not include Kate, because she is not on the cast currently. That does not include Chester's wife, because she is not on the cast currently, and she's not even here present in the building, since it had to be a thing that's here present in the building, right? Now you're presenting the Roll For Rizz cast in particular, which is interesting because a cast is replaceable, right? The individual is not, but as a cast, it could have been different people in this role, right?
Caleb, just for really quick, if you're wanting to go that direction, that will also disqualify your argument of the intrinsic value that Kate adds to people around her, because then you can only argue for her intrinsic value that she has to you.
Well,
Because Danae's not here. That valuation doesn't extend.
That was going to be
He
my
was
point.
just adopting your argument before. So if you want to argue against
Okay.
that, we're clearing that off the board. I'm happy to clear it off the board for him. That
Yeah,
means
but
it's
it
clearing
clears-
off the board for you as well.
I'm trying to get at the point that what he has brought is the cast and not the individuals. Now, the cast of Roll For Rizz does bring value, but I think you made an excellent point that it would not be useful without the computer, right? Without the actual means to turn that cast into the show that is Roll For Rizz, because it's not the show that he's brought. He has brought the cast. The cast is just people in a room sitting here at this time at this day, right? Whereas, for example, Kate is more than just this cast here and now. It expands across my whole life, across your whole life, our whole lives, right? Eventually, Roll For Rizz will end as a show, right? Eventually, this cast will move on to become a different cast. It has less value than if it was something more permanent. And it does not work without the capacity for the thing that Micah has brought, right? So I would argue that Micah's item is more valuable than Nick's item, right? And I'm sure Micah will back me up in that because he also wants to win, right? But then, if Micah's item is more valuable than Nick's item, I would then argue, though, that a human is more valuable. A human that will last out all of our lifetimes is then more valuable than a material possession. Because Nick's cannot persist without Micah's, but you cannot argue for Micah's being better than Kate because it's dehumanizing. And by extension, by a ladder of chain of process, and Micah will help me here unless he wants to help Nick win.
Well, I'll speak in a moment, but keep going.
That will be my debate for why.
Yeah, Mike is about to throw a Hail Mary and
Yeah.
somehow argue that this is in favor of PC.
And then I
If
would.
Micah kills me right now.
With the computer.
The computer wins. The PC is mightier than the skull.
I'd have nothing to say then.
Okay, no, it's good. It's good. I like it. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Micah, are you ready to
I'm ready
take the lead?
to go. So, we've gone back and forth about things that we think Chester would like, or is expensive, or means more to Chester. And so, going off what Caleb has said about Nick's topic, both topics being people, Nick's being Roll For Rizz, the cast. I could easily say, going how this session is currently going, where we're throwing our characters away, we might all die, therefore Chester may need to get a new cast. And therefore they could also make a funny anime D&D show.
That is in fact a good point. I am betting your lives on this game show. That shows the level that I value you all.
Yes, with what Caleb was saying about people and value and stuff, you did sort of throw your own topic under the bus. Is that right?
Yep.
I'm saying that the cast is more temporary than an individual who lasts longer.
True, yes. But I will stand with what I said about Kate not meaning as much to Chester.
Well, I just have a quick addendum, a quick little thing. So I have the question, the actual thing written out here. So let me read word for word what was stated.
Okay.
Players, your first task is to pull out your phones. You'll be filming yourselves on the next show, blah, blah, blah. If you search around the entire office and find the most valuable item that you can find. It doesn't need to be financially valuable. It can be emotionally valuable or important in some fashion. You return with the item and then bet something based on how confident you are on the item. Caleb, can you please explain and debate how Kate is an item or an object? If you debate this and I believe you, I completely am for it, you will win. I'm ready. I will.
May I
play forward.
Google the definition?
Absolutely. Arm yourself with as many tools as you can. Yeah.
I want to make
Because at
sure.
the moment, that is the only item here.
True.
Nick, unless you have a addendum you would like to add as well, while Caleb.
Well, I'm trying to find item 2 because I also rely on the
That's
definition
true.
of. You haven't even heard my counter argument.
I'm not doing counter arguments.
Intro is so long.
No, this is the show. This is the episode.
This is the show.
This is all we're doing for the episode.
Why are you like this?
We're doing a game show.
Why? Just
What's wrong?
no. Safari is being. I cannot spell to save my life.
You can't spell item. Oh, homeschooled. Sorry.
No, I can't use technology because I hate it.
My thumbs don't work. I can barely write on phones anymore because I'm not texting people really anymore. So I'll mess up every word in a sentence if I'm writing on my phone.
Darn it. I have the perfect argument for item, except that would just disprove my argument.
I mean, you can try and win it for.
Do you want me to read the
Okay,
definition of item?
Yes, could you please read the definition?
An individual article, or unit, especially one that is part of a list, collection, or set.
This is part of a set.
Interesting. Item is separate from object.
Yeah, you did not say object. You did say
I
item.
did say item like 4 times.
Yeah.
Item of clothing, but usually I'm just saying colloquially. But anyway.
Look, I'm tempted to debate because an item can also be a relationship. And so I would debate on a soft case that since I brought her as my wife, and that is what I presented, is I have brought a wife, that is an item because a relationship can be an item. I would also say item can be vague and define an individual unit, and Kate is a unit of this relationship.
I am just a beast of a unit in general.
And Kate also. Can I bring pronouns into this?
Yes, you can bring it.
Kate also goes by they, them pronouns, which does lean more towards being, being more of a item rather than a.
Does it?
You can define yourself. You can define yourself as less of culturally human, and define yourself more as just an individual unit of something. And they pronouns do lean more towards that category. And I feel like Kate would also agree that it would not be a stretch to call herself just an item as a person.
Interesting.
Kate also does joke, even if we were debating object, Kate does
I like-
joke all the
So
time.
I said it like 3 times already.
Yeah, Kate does joke all the time.
But it's different
that
from her saying
she is
it
an
to you
object.
debating it on a show to win a point. But I like it. I agree.
I'm saying
Interesting.
even if that was the case, I feel like I still have a strong argument for item being valid.
True. Nick, you were bouncing in your seat. Man, he's taking notes. This is like task 1 of all the tasks we have to do today.
Yeah. Look, you made a little mistake by making the first one a debate.
Yeah.
Because now this is just our intro talk show.
I said a little bit of D&D at the end.
See,
Yes,
we've been
that's right.
practicing our debate in the hour we were waiting for you to get here.
There we were, actually.
We were having a lovely conversation about how it sucks to be a woman.
And I did.
That was that really the topic of our discussion? I thought we were talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, looking
ready
at
to
some other
start.
definitions of item, it can also be an object of attention, concern, or interest. And she is currently at attention, concern, and interest in this debate.
I would argue not an object though.
I'm saying there's still an argument.
Classic feminist, Micah. Good job. Your wife would be proud.
Okay, next.
But that is not my main debate. Yeah.
All right, so I'll start with rebutting Caleb's arguments here against me that I did not bring the cast, that I did not get up to go and get my item, but we'll talk about what an item is in a while. We had to produce our item. When you said brang, one of the definitions of it is to produce it. I have produced the cast as the representation of what I wanted to show was valuable to Chester, to the show, and to this studio as well. Caleb also mentioned that the cast doesn't include the extended parties of the members, specifically Micah's wife and Chester's wife, which I think would probably I'd have to agree with that one. I'd concede on that point. I think to push it that far, that wasn't what I wasn't intending for when I said I produced the cast of Roll For Rizz. And Caleb also mentioned how dehumanizing it would be to choose the computer over Kate as the winning object or item. And I think to say, well, the cast can simply be replaced as well, that's also in itself dehumanizing, because you're saying, well, no, the cast isn't made up of its individual representatives.
If you want to just keep going, and if we're not doing rebuttals, I'm happy to stay silent.
Yeah, I think we might call rebuttal. I think we've gotten a good finishing argument from you, because that was the last kind of point of the object stuff. I reckon we'll move on to kind of just finishing.
To hide in the corner.
Yeah.
And so we have Caleb here, who kind of said it would be dehumanizing not to choose Kate as the winner of this go and get quest. But when I say the cast for Roll For Rizz, I don't mean the cast in its standard definition. I meant the individuals that make up the show that is known as Roll For Rizz. I meant us as our each individual personalities, and I think I made that clear when I initially pitched my idea in that. I don't know, are we doing
now
question
I have a
times or
question
not?
on definition,
Okay.
because is that still an item
What?
if you're bringing multiple things?
I asked Chester, can my thing
He asked
be
if
made
he could
up of
bring a
multiple
collection or
constituent
like
parts?
I thought he was going to bring a Lego set over or something like that. So I was like, yeah, of course. Little, like bits put together.
Yes.
So he did catch me on that. That point.
Word play.
I thought he was
He'll
going to
get
bring
ya.
like a color, like the two, like a book set or something like that.
Ah, yes.
So, yep.
I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, no,
that.
I just lost my train of thought there.
Sorry.
So the cast can be replaced, of course, but I wasn't talking about, okay, we have this object and it's kind of not really valuable, it's just this thing that exists. It's just, okay, it's just this collection of people, we can replace those for sure, doesn't matter. It's dehumanizing to do that as it would be to replace Kate with a computer. I think we as cast members deserve more respect from our not employer. You also mentioned how Chester's relationship with you and Kate has a lasting impact beyond that of Roll For Rizz. However, I would contend that Roll For Rizz is more than just the impact of the time that we spend here recording. Sure, we might move on to other things, or we might produce a different cast, or we might have other members come along. But this is the first show for Heath Studios, the first thing that Chester's really done to build this new business and this new almost lifestyle for himself. So in that, it's very formative, and it makes up, or will make up, a very large part of who he is going forwards. And I don't think that can be easily overlooked. You also mentioned that.
Next page.
The Roll For Rizz cast.
Can we make the sound? Can you bring the page chat like sound just so I can now next one. Sorry.
Further, you mentioned how the Roll For Rizz cast couldn't persist without the computer, but this just goes back to how easy it is to replace the computer as opposed to replacing the cast. Everyone talks about when they have a D&D campaign that they're running, how they have their scheduling conflicts are so difficult. Just now with another show that you're trying to create, trying to get everyone.
I know you had one more person.
I'm trying to add one more person, and it's a huge deal. And
because suddenly weekends are off.
Yeah, so sure, just replace the cast becomes, well, hold on, we know everyone is free most Saturdays, so we can just do that. Now it's this whole massive thing. Okay, what other days? What do we do? Evenings, nights? This suddenly conflicts with everything else. So while difficult to replace, not impossible. While difficult to replace, not impossible. While impossible to replace, still replaceable in a sense that you can remarry, but it would never be the same. So in terms of replaceability, all replaceable. I don't think that is a distinctive argument that disproves the value of one person's item. I mentioned that.
The pirates appear on the back.
It's upside down. It's super messy because I don't like writing there. And then if we move on to kind of your argument for how Kate is an object by referring to pronouns, I think...
Item.
Or an item, sorry.
Item is the main...
Yeah, I never stipulated object in the original.
Certainly, and one
because
of the
then you
original...
have to also debate that we're all objects.
Yeah, okay, well... One moment, sir.
Hold my beer.
I
haven't finished cooking yet, my good sir.
Somehow dehumanizes them, but humanizes me.
Yeah, of course, for sure. So you were talking about pronouns and how Kate's pronouns being they, them would lend itself to her being more of an object or an item. But I'd say even if you were to call someone by pronouns that they don't personally want to be referred to as, does that change their fundamental character? I don't think to say, oh, well, they just call themselves by this, does that mean that suddenly they're not that? If I were to say something completely wrong, or if I were to use different pronouns for Kate, call her a he, him, would that suddenly mean that she's no longer a they, them, or anything else? I think that's more defined by the individual, and to just say, well, no, we can define that instead and say, no, we can do this instead. I think it's very much more individually based. Definition of item, one of the more original definitions from when it was first historically used, and I do like old words. I do prefer to use their original meaning. It's an object of attention. While we can then go into what is an object, that would be fun. That would be fun, but it's the object of attention. You are all the objects of my attention for when I say the cast of Roll For Rizz is made up of the constituent parts that to Chester are most valuable and create this show and lifestyle and life that he is trying to produce, and this company and everything else. And also to our dear valued listeners and how much we mean to them, you know. Like us so much, they give us Patreon support. Man, that's pretty good. And then that's a computer. Really, you're going to say a computer's worth more than people? Man, that's pretty low. That's a bad look, actually.
I appreciate the emotional manipulation. Yeah, these two are relying on very heavily.
Emotional manipulation. Give me one example.
Well, Micah, do you have your finishing kind of statement?
I do.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. That was all just rebutting what he said
Oh,
about.
sorry. Oh my
hold on,
fucking
here we
Whole
go.
time just rebutting my argument. Yes.
Sorry. Well, I feel like your guys' arguments are in direct conflict. So I was just.
They're not in-
I am happy to just let what I've said lie and move on because we got an episode to fill.
Yeah. Okay. Well, finish. Give
Okay, this will
give us
probably be
your-
the fastest bit because it's very much in line with what Caleb was saying about Kate in that it's a person and you can't really replace a person. They're very much individual and it's not something you can just go out and buy another one of, right? You have the members that make up this show and you can't just replace it. There's obviously the challenges that go with replacing it, but that's easily overcome in a sense. It's not, you can't just another Nick, another Caleb, another Micah.
Micah.
Let us take a step back for a second. Take a breather, if it were, as we've gotten very deep into the wording, into very political, possibly things. And I want to take us back to the quest that we were given. Our quest was to, I believe, go out, find something, and that is of monetary value or emotional value.
Filming yourselves over the next challenge, you must search around the entire office, and find the most valuable item you can find. It doesn't need to be financially valuable, it can be emotionally valuable or important in some fashion. You return the item and bet something based on how confident you are on the item.
Yes. We've done a lot of conversating over people. I believe the computer has completed all of these tasks to the letter, keeping it rules as written. That is what I believe.
Certainly.
All right.
These
Would you like to have a final finishing statement?
I don't know if I got one.
Would you like to? You said you were happy not to have one.
I'm happy to say a quick like
Yeah, give me a finishing
bow.
Yeah.
Pretty simply, like, because it was just reminded from what Micah said about the task you gave us, which was find a thing of value, which included emotional value, personal value, and instantly all I could think about was Kate. I knew I would pick Kate, and I knew that I would be willing to stake my whole entire character on at least the emotional value I find in Kate, which superseded even me realizing the rules were meant to apply to the value you see in it. I see her as so valuable that it goes beyond that for me, and I'm happy if my character dies.
We won't. It'll be naked in the street. Once again,
As
naked.
established.
I'm saying I'm happy,
yeah.
Even if that is the outcome, I do not regret anything in picking Kate as my thing.
Good. That's good. You need to stand by your decisions. Stand by your rizzing.
Appeal to emotion.
All right. Now, good argument. That was very good. I changed multiple times throughout that of who I was kind of with. That was very good. All of you. I'm quite impressed. I've been thinking throughout it, and literally, I was at different stages of this conversation. I've been dead set on different people. I'm just like, well, that's the clear one. I'll kind of go through it. I feel like you two have done really great jobs at tearing each other apart. Because I was mostly swapping between you guys throughout, and mostly I was with you. I do not appreciate the emotional manipulation of it, because throughout it, I felt entire pressure. I was like, I have to vote for Kate because she's also sitting closest to me. I can make direct eye contact with her.
See, and I didn't do that. What a great guy
I won't
am.
deny. I won't deny that was a motivation.
Yeah, and that was a motivation, and I don't like that.
That's fair. That's
but
fair.
you made some good points. But, and this goes to the kind of core thing for both of you, I stipulated item for the intention of you guys going around and finding microphones and finding books and finding stuff like that. That was my intention. I wrote that because I didn't want people. Because I knew Kate was here.
should have said can't be people.
Yeah, can we debate you now?
Because I understand the argument for it. I disagree with the argument for it. Even no matter the pronouns, I believe that they are still a person, and that is separate in my mind, at least, in this debate from an item or an object. So that's a big thing for both of you to get past. I do also agree that you didn't bring us here. You presented, which I do like. I agree with that point. Yeah. But there was a lack of like, if you had sat down, because I was like, what's Nick doing? It would be different if you got up and then kind of like patted me on the shoulder and then grabbed Micah as he's coming in, like brought him over. That would be a bit different. Or standing up and kind of like presenting us type of thing. That's a bit different. And also Caleb did not consent multiple times to being part of.
Fine, I only have 2 cast members.
So you only have few, but I do agree. But your arguments did a fantastic job of selling me on Micah's.
What?
I am going with Micah.
I'm sorry. What did I say?
Because you talked about the Heath Studios. I hadn't even started thinking about that. The Heath Studios stuff. I have put
So bad at this.
a life-ending amount of debt into this. I've put everything. I've put a lifetime of debt into this project. I've taken on training Micah. Everything of Heath Studios is wrapped. Everything of Dark Tides is wrapped up in this. All of my creative endeavors is wrapped up in this. All of you guys, if you want to do that continuous connection type of thing, all that is. I've built this with my wife. I've got all that emotional like stuff. But if you just deal with it on a financial thing here, I've financially committed to this. I've financially committed to this. All of you have had parts in this. And so I think that is, because as you said, casts will change, shows will change, projects will change, but the amount of money and emotional stuff that all of us, and I have also put into this, I think Micah is the clear answer for that.
I cannot believe I shot myself in the foot.
I
I
wanna-
didn't even start thinking about that, but when you start,
I want to say,
Damn it.
I want to say, from 2 standpoints, that decision makes a lot of sense. Because on one, we have both presented very difficult cases for you,
Yeah, I'm like,
and it
what?
is the safe option to pick Micah. I 100% valid point. Also, I was just thinking, both of our picks are kind of invalid because we both picked people.
Yeah.
And you said if you pick the same thing.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I was meaning it as in like if you both were like grabbing the computer.
No, but I just had the thought then of like the reason why we lost is because we picked the same thing, and we had to spend so long because I feel like if just one of us
Yeah.
Had an
brought-
item.
if one of us had
If I
brought-
had have gotten like a books
Like
or
if-
something or a computer, it would have been so much easier for you to sell K.
yeah.
Yeah.
If I was the only one who brought a person, or if you were the only one who came in here.
Mate,
Although
I
the
still
fact
would
that
have.
you didn't bring the cast would have been in trouble. You would have had a good
Look,
argument.
the thing is that I managed to sell Micah on the computer. So imagine if I was trying to sell, not Micah, I managed to sell Chester on Micah's idea without even trying. Imagine if I was trying to sell Chester.
also-
your debates were very impressive.
Yes.
Very impressive.
Because
Very
also, I
Very
think
well
both
thought
of our arguments
I took notes.
functioned on making sure that Micah's thing was more valuable than our opponents.
We kept on like your way of building yourselves up was to define people as items and be like, and obviously we're better than a computer, but we are items.
Yeah.
But no, those were very. I'm very
Fine.
impressed with you all. Those
Well,
were very good.
at least I don't have to figure out what level
I-
7 is.
Yeah. So now, my
Yeah,
boys, can you please open up your
I,
character sheets?
I'm going to do that once we've gone
Sure.
through
Yeah,
it
we'll
all.
go through a few more.
Because I don't need to check level 1. I know what I have in the table now.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Kate, for joining us on the couch. Could you please
Thank
move
you.
to the computer?
I
out of the
am
shot?
sorry if I.
Please.
Love you.
It was a pleasure
Oh,
to try and dehumanize
Nick-
you and
Nick,
promote
Nick.
my own argument.
Nick, why aren't you putting your thing away?
My thing was.
Why aren't you? What?
Yeah, my things will put themselves
I
away.
think
I'm pretty good
yeah.
at choosing it. They just do whatever they want.
I think
you know,
either
don't-
of you would have
very
had
low
like a
maintenance.
complete like slam dunk of that if you weren't both having to go against each other the entire time.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you do like.
Because I saw Kate.
See, damned if I do, damned if I don't.
Yeah.
Right.
I think because what I would have followed up with was I would have gone and grabbed something of like extreme sentimental value of yours. Like
Roxy,
that.
that's
I
why
would
I
have
brought
just
her.
reached over and just like,
That's why I brought her.
yeah. That would have been my second pick. But I was like, no, I can't not pick my wife. She's here. Like that was kind of the
Direct
big,
eye line.
yeah, that was kind of the big damned if you do, damned if you don't, was the
Yeah.
fact that Kate is in fact here.
Happy wife, happy life.
If
right?
Kate wasn't here, I would have had to have picked an item. But the fact that Kate is here, I'm like, I can't. If I'm asked to grab something that I find the most valuable and my wife is in the room, I have to pick my wife.
True, but you're already in that just stipulated that your wife is separate from an item. 'Cause You
Which
said if she wasn't
I-
here, I would have just gone and picked an item.
I sat down, and you know what the first message I got when I sat down was?
Yeah.
You didn't pick me. From Kate, because Kate's sitting there. I sat down because I knew I had to pick Kate. I went outside as a distraction to be like, okay, I'm going to go.
Because you're asking about the cars. I was like, I thought I stipulated that you need to bring them.
Yeah, no, because I didn't want anyone to pick up on the strategy,
Yeah,
right?
that's
If
good,
I
that's
went and
good.
sat with Kate, I was like, oh, people might work it out. So I
See,
went
the
out.
first thing I went to also was human value because remember when I was walking there, I'm like, oh, this guy's pretty valuable.
Oh, yeah,
Said
true,
that,
true.
so-
Okay. Can we just really quickly break down what you guys have gained and lost through that?
I'm level 1.
You're
I'm
level
a level 1 monk now. I am no longer a child of the sun. Because that's
There goes that
great.
entire episode.
I still have pretty good stats, I think. Just because base stats, you do pretty well.
And also, you still have that one level that you can still bet on.
Yeah,
Um,
but I have a level 1 motley now.
Motley, damn.
That's all I have.
Okay, Micah, you gained.
Okay, so I bet 2 levels,
So you get 4 levels.
40 HP.
So you now have increased your HP permanently
80?
by an extra 80.
Yeah, so wait, sorry, by 80 or just increased by 40?
Oh,
Just the 40 on top of the 40.
you've increased it permanently by an extra 40 on
Yes,
top of what
okay,
those
yeah.
new levels.
The Defender Short Sword and my Glaive. I
Yeah, so
think.
those now we're going to add a +4 to those
Ooh,
levels.
+4 to the.
So they're just like they're now shiny versions.
Nice.
of those. They're
Nice.
just better versions.
They're gold plated.
Yeah,
Swag.
swag.
Right.
Is, yeah, that's
And
it.
Nick, you lost 5 levels. Damn. Oh, damn.
I now have 14 HP.
Gamers, I'm in the process of editing an episode right on the computer that won. Isn't that funny? I'm not editing in my office because my computer's being painful. Anyway, this episode was a heap of fun. It ended up being extraordinarily long, so we're going to split it into 2 parts. The next part will be releasing next week. That's all. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy this stuff, check out the Heath Studios Patreon. All good stuff over there. The Discord. You can kind of vote on different future arcs and all that top stuff. So, yeah. I may have stated the rules wrong in the video, but you can ignore that, right?